Hi everyone, Krishna this side. So in this video, I'll be covering this question 1 from Weekly Contest 460. Maximum median sum of subsequence of size 3. Let us quickly go through the problem statement first. You're given an integer array nums with length divisible by 3. So this array is basically given and it is divisible by 3. You want to make the array empty in steps. In each step, you can select any 3 elements from the array, compute their median, okay, and remove the selected elements from the array. So this median definition is like this. The median of odd length subsequence sequence is defined as the middle element of the sequence when it is sorted in non-decreasing order. So obviously, whatever the 3 elements that we are picking, the median is basically the middle element when the order is basically in a sorted way. Okay. So we have to return the maximum possible sum of medians computed from the selected elements. Okay. So yes, the idea is like we just need to get the maximum sum, possible sum that we are getting it out of all the different medians that we have collected. Since the array is divisible by 3, definitely there will be multiple groups. From each group, we have to just pick the median and we have to sum them up. Okay. So question is pretty much clear. So let us directly focus right over here. Let us say that this is the array that has been given. First is like 1, then 2, 1, 2, okay, 3 and 10. Okay, let us say that here also it is 10. Okay, this is the array that has been basically given to us. Obviously, it is divisible by 3. One group can be this one and other group can be this one. Okay, now the idea is we have to collect the maximum sum, and the sum could be whatever the medians that we are getting it out of all these different pairs. That is something what we have to pick. So the ideally, if we try to choose any random elements, let us suppose I just thought of picking the first 3 elements right over here. So the array looks like this: 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and the median is basically 1 from here. The second is like 2, 10, 10, and from here the median is basically 10. So the answer is like 1 plus 10 is 11. Okay, this way we are getting an answer, but is it going to be the best one? Okay, so just think about this pair. Like if we choose this one, 1, 10, 10, that is the first pair. Second is like 1 is again remaining, 1, 2, 2. So here the median is basically 10, here it is 2. So answer from this particular pair is basically 12. Okay, so yes, there could be many chances. Like we cannot simply pick any random elements and we can get the answer. That is not going to happen in this particular case. So what we will do is basically we will sort the data. Okay, this way we will get some clarity. Okay, once we sort the data, we may get some chances, right? Like is there any possibility of picking the elements or not? So what we'll do is basically let us sort this data. So it looks like this: 1, 1, 2, 2, 10, and 10. Now we have to make sure that we will basically picking the elements, okay, from the sorted order, but those elements should be like first and last could be anything, but middle should be the maximum one. And how we can achieve it? So at the last, whatever the element that we are picking it, so I, j, k pairs we are picking it, right? So last going to be the maximum that is going to happen, no doubt with that, and the first is going to be the minimum, no doubt with that. So obviously we can start with from this zeroth one, okay, and we can last could be this one. Okay, last element could be this one, because we cannot alter their position on this last element what is within there. That is not going to be the median at all, or even the start element, that is the smallest element that we are picking it, it is not going to the median at any case, right? Yes, what we will do is we will start from this I pointer. We will create here I pointer, here we will create j pointer. So we will start from the last and from the start. So these are the my first and last elements for first group that I am picking. Okay, next element is going to be what? That is the question, right? So we picked like first is going to be this one, last is going to be this one, and this middle element is something what we have to figure out. Okay, now what we can do is like, since this middle element should be maximum, right? This middle element should be maximum, so we will pick the last element that is available right over here. Okay, this is going to be the median. So this j pointer should be moving 2 times, I pointer should be moving 1 times. Okay, so that whatever this I pointer that we are pointing currently, this is going to be the minimum one, this is going to be the minimum one, and this k is obviously going to be maximum. There is no doubt that this maximum element is going to be appearing at middle when we sort the data, right? Maximum element obviously going to stay at the last, we cannot alter its position at any point in time. Okay, so it is going to be stay at last. So this whatever the median that we are trying to pick, okay, because this data should be in a sorted order, then only we will get the median. Okay, so this median is going to be the maximum, that is something what we have to consider. So what we are trying to do is like I is something what we have picked this one, j is something what we have picked this one, so median is going to be this one, because we cannot pick this particular element to consider the median. So in that case, like how the data looks like 1, 1, 10, correct? That is the possibility that we are getting, and the median is going to be 1. So what we are doing, we are just avoiding this particular case. So next remaining elements are these, right? So 2 to 10, these are the elements that are left out. So this is going to be appear for the next case, correct? These elements going to appear for the next case. So here also median is basically 2. So from this one, answer is basically 3. So it is always best that whatever this median that we are picking, it is going to be from the last. Okay, so last two elements are something what we are going to consider for first pair. Okay, and from starting, that is going to be the first element that is going to happen at any cases. So this way, like I pointer keeps on moving one times, j pointer we will keep on shifting two times, okay, from the back. That's way we can easily solve this particular one. I hope you get this idea, like what I'm trying to say. Let me write down the code as well. So first is like I is basically pointing at the 0, j is basically pointing at nums dot length -1. Okay, and we'll keep on running this while I less than or equals to j. Okay, this way we will keep on running. In this first case, what we will do is basically I pointer we will increment. Okay, j pointer will decrement. Now j is basically pointing for the middle of the element. Okay, j is basically pointing to the middle of the element. So we will create here the long answer. It is basically currently 0. So this answer is basically got updated with whatever the j pointer currently pointing at. That is going to be the median for the first pair that we are picking. Okay, now j pointer again we will decrement, so that whatever the element that we picked, we will definitely have to move from that particular one, because we have picked this element for this particular pair. Okay, so three pairs. This way we can easily keep on creating an answer is something what we will keep on adding it in this particular case. So we have to return ultimately the answer. So this way we can easily solve this question. So if we discuss about this here again, I missed something, like we have to sort this data. Arrays dot sort. Let's sort this data, then only we can actually get this m- best median. Okay, so apart from this, if we do not sort this data, definitely we will miss up with things. Okay, there could be any number at last, like the smallest elements will be available at the last, and those are going to be the median. So to avoid those cases, we have to sort this data. Okay, let's now try to run this code and see if it is working fine or not. Oh, it is getting accepted. Let me try to submit this code. So talking about the complexity here, sorting this n log n is the case that we will be having right over here. Okay, and we are running only once. Okay, this while loop. Okay, and this is also happening in I mean n divided by 2. Okay, that is for sure. So the complexity is basically n log n. That is the complexity. We are not creating here in any spaces right over here. So yes, that is the space complexity. It is constant. Okay, that's all from this particular video. Let me create another video for the next question. Thank you for watching this one. Bye bye.